Hello. It's Friday. How's it going? Sorry, this is very spontaneous. I'm just kind of getting a few things still. I started looking at the guild and then I was late. Late for something I didn't even plan. How are you? How's it going? I did a really big video this week and edited it, so I was like, oh, I have Friday. I have a live stream tonight in the guild for pattern reviews, but I talked about doing this where I swear, I'm not exaggerating, every single week when I come to work on Tuesday, I have a pile of things to work on for sewing. Hey, Barbara. Hey, Danny. Nice, yeah. And it is always the weirdest, widest array of things, everything from just like fixing things in the yard, everything's sewing related for me, right? I just found like this dress is one of my like go-to dresses to wear all the time. Look at this. There's a rip in the armhole. It's, you know, this is the, it's that really nice, well, I don't know about nice, but it's really expensive linen. It's probably getting threadbare. Oh, and I have the belt. I didn't even barely had enough to make this dress. Look at how much, I've hardly worn the belt. Look how much darker it is. So I think I'll use that fabric to repair it. So things like that. I have the buttons on my husband's shirt to put on. I just finished this camp shirt for him. I brought in all my dish towels because, you guys, I'm so sick of them falling off the drawer handle. And I think what I'm going to do is just put a snap, like right here, snap it. How many years have I been using these things? And I didn't think about that sooner. I decided to just spontaneously exercise in my pajama shorts. That went well. These are really loose on me. But, you know, they're really not meant to be exercised in, and binding doesn't have much seam allowance. And then I have this one Rogue napkin that is very ironed right now, but every time I wash it, it gets so rumpled it's not usable, and you can tell that this fabric is a lot bigger than this one. So it's things like that. So it's going to be seam ripping, troubleshooting, hammering snaps, putting buttons on. I don't know if I'll get to all this today because I'll be chatting with you, but this is my plan. I have a couple of more things that are more involved that I probably need to dedicate, so hope you're all well. That's what I'm going to do today. I need to get, I have a seam ripper over here. I finally put a seam ripper over here. Smartest thing I've done. I have more than one. Why not, right? Let's just start with this guy here so I can just look at chat just in case. This, you know what? I honestly should just make this 2 separate napkins. Oh, I know why I didn't, because this one has all these little, the way that those crosses are stitched on here, they're hand stitched. That's also what makes this harder to pull apart. Hey Louise, how's it going? How's Great British Sewing Bee? Is that what it's called? Great British Sewing Bee? I almost said Bake Off, but I know that's the wrong one. I know it's not tonight, so it's always a Thursday or Wednesday streams. People are like, okay, bye. I gotta go watch the Sewing Bee, the British Sewing Bee, which we just don't have here. Can I rip this? Yeah, I can rip this. Let's see. I really don't want to have to cut the edge off because it takes so long to fray fabric. And I don't want to refray the edge. So I'm just kind of, I'll probably have to cut some of it though. It's great. They're being very tough. Oh, drama. Like in what ways? How are they being tough? What kinds of themes have they had? Does anyone win anything in that show? I don't even know. What's the ultimate goal? Hi, Debbie. It's on a Wednesday. Okay, I knew it was either Wednesday or Thursday because that's when everyone cuts out of the stream in the UK. Here, it's like, you know, 12 p.m. here, but for you guys, it's like 9 p.m. maybe or 8. Oh man, this is tedious. I bring in a pile like this every week, and you know, I do this during my daytime sometimes when I should be doing other things. They win a trophy. Low stakes. Oh. So what kinds of contestants are we talking about? Are these people that maybe have dreams of becoming a fashion designer, or are they seasoned sewists? Do they work in the industry, or are they maybe new to it? Are they right out of design school? I can see all kinds of, it's probably like Project Runway, right? As far as the gamut of the kind of contestant. Okay, this is a back stitch right here. Maybe I don't need to take off all of the sides here. This is sometimes what I learn with these is that if I just let two sides relax, oh yeah, look at that, that's gonna work. If I let two sides relax, oh maybe. This has like a little schlump right there. And I just let this hang off and then we stitch it. Okay, this is far enough over here. But let's get this, even if we just do the middle. Like I'm so over this napkin. I've already re-sewed it before, I can tell. So we're just going to make it workable. Oh yeah, I've heard that about Tilly and the Buttons. But those patterns are very beginner oriented, right? Home sews, only some have sewed all their lives, some have been sewing 2 years. Oh, okay, so it's a variety. They bill it as finding Britain's best home sewer, but some have gone on to be professionals. Oh, okay. Oh, interesting, Louise. Really? That's a really interesting thing. Because you could make money as a sewist but not be making a living. Which is the case for, you know, most of us. So why, then you'd have to be a beginner for sure. I mean, not a have to, but you know what I mean? Like, I feel like that's a pretty severe limitation. Right, Libby? Exactly. I knew you'd relate to that. Hi, Anna. How's it going? Surprise live stream. Woo woo. Okay, I don't know what my iron looks like. Let's check it out. And I need to move this up here so I can grab it quickly. Move, please. Okay. Oh, yeah, okay. I checked the microphone and that was it over there. Let's zoom in. No, tilt. It's a little wonky, huh? The woman who won the first year had sewed like 70 years. Oh my goodness. Nice, Anna. It's the weekend. School's almost out, right? Let me turn this so I can read chat a little bit. Julia User, I think, I think I spelled her name right. Won the competition about 4 years ago and now does a YouTube channel. There's no money in YouTube, though. Maybe for a winner like that, though. Yeah, that's true. Let's see. Can we beat this napkin into submission? See, it's kind of schlumping here, too. You know, I have other napkins with these same exact two fabric combos, and they are completely fine. So annoying. Maybe I changed grain lines from one to the next. This is not okay right here, though. I'm trying to, like, not take out all of it, but it's getting close. Look at, I've got almost all of it taken out right now. She also wrote the Sewing Bee book for last year. Oh, is there like one each year or something? Is that like one of the honors and distinctions they get is to write like the book? You said the book, so. Getting my seam ripper. Yeah, they definitely don't have to be beginners. I know lots of really great long-term sewists who've never done anything for money. Yeah, that's true. I mean, true. Okay. Yeah, I kind of like that in some ways because obviously, you know, our version is Project Runway, and Project Runway is definitely more of a different vibe. The go big or go home vibe, which is so American, you know. I'm just not about that. We can't all be millionaires. I hate selling life that way. Last day of school is yesterday. Woohoo! You're already hearing they're bored. Of course, right? It's your job to entertain them. There's usually a book that goes with the show. I bought the first 3, but they were very samey. I think I heard that about one of them once. And that's when I first learned about the fact that there's a sewing bee book. Okay. Kind of lost where. Is it right here that I'm trying to deal with? I think it is. This is way more fun to do this with you guys. Although I hope you're getting stuff done too and you're not just like, oh, I'm staring at Saremy getting her to-do list done, but I'm not getting mine done. You know what I mean? A friend of mine is on this series. Oh, really, Fiona? That's cool. How do you know your friend? Do you know them through sewing? Yeah, so similar format to Great British Bake Off. Everyone is lovely and kind to each other. Yeah, exactly. You know Lizzie. Okay, I don't know anybody. I don't know who's competing, so that's exciting. Fiona, you're like a what do you call that? You know, a celebrity once removed or something. We can live through you. Okay, I don't want to iron this too much though because I just know that when it washes, it's just going to shrink up a little. And you can see it's kind of warped, you know? I'm over it. I am over. This is my big thing with napkins is I hate it when they require ironing, and a couple of these that I made do. All right, I feel like this is acceptable. Okay, so now we just need to stitch that. I'm just going to leave it hanging off the edge like this. And the reason I'm doing that is because fringing this edge takes forever. It is not a task I enjoy at all. But I will say, like this right here, just on its own, fringed like this is a legit napkin. This would be great. And the reason I like the fringe is because usually when you do that, you don't have to iron the edge, whereas you do if it's a hem. And this one just went astray or awry. And it's because it has these threads on the back. They're like, it's like a whole stitch. See that? So that's why I put this fabric on the back. And maybe it would be fine. Maybe I should just try it. What if I did that? Let's just take it apart. And we're done. I love this idea. Love it. Let's do it. You met about 2 years ago on a sewing weekend. We've met many times. Oh, that's very cool. How many people apply to be on the show? Do you guys know these kinds of I like stats. Watching you sew is how I sew. I have to watch this more than yeah, I get that, Anna. I feel like this is why my biggest gripe with channels that don't have closed captioning. I do not think people understand that there are so many people who cannot listen or use headphones to watch their video. And they really should have closed captions enabled. It's free. All it is a toggle. That is it. There's no reason not to have it unless you supply your own, and then you would have them anyway. So, yeah. I see that a lot on sewing channels. I'm like, okay, I'm going to watch some of these sewing folks, and then they don't have that on. And I'm like, okay, well, I can't watch this on with volume right now, so I have no idea what you're talking about. Especially since a lot of the sewing vloggers are sitting at a table, like they just sit there at a table talking with no props. You know, maybe they'll hold up a pattern occasionally or a garment they sewed, but that's it. I'm like, no, I don't know what you're talking about. You know? Sneaky Live. Hi, Elena. Elena, you and I were both tagged in a, where's the, sorry. Oh, here it is. Sorry, all my little things are rearranged. We were both tagged in an Instagram post today. I thought that was really funny. I was like, hey, I know that person. I think it was someone who made Charlie Caftans. They were inspired by yours to make one, and they used my video for the little panel on the front. See, I felt like I knew a celebrity then. I was like, I know her. Okay, you don't know how many apply? Oh, that's your friend, like an IRL friend? Aw, that's really cool. Okay, well, we're just going to try and see how these hold up back here. This is, my first project is done. So just for all of you, you don't know what happened here. I decided to do some exercising wearing my pajama bottoms. It's one of those things that sometimes the thing that prevents me from working out is putting on the clothes. You did, Lena? That's nice. Thanks. They've been putting call outs this year since before the current series aired, which is wow. Okay, which is the seam, which is the binding? Okay, so let's just start from the bottom here. I feel like putting on workout clothes is sometimes the worst part of the workout, you know? So I was like, oh, I'm just going to do a weight routine. You know, you think when you grow older, you're going to get like more responsible, or, you know, like people look at older people and they just think that they're so like stick in the mud or boring or don't know how to do things the like most advanced way. Here's the deal. You are the same exact person as you go through life. You did not just change magically into a different person. So I am still the person who hates to take showers. I still leave my clothes on the floor. I still eat like, you know, I'm messy. I drop things all the time. None of that changes. You don't just magically become more responsible, more graceful, you know, whatever. Less lazy, you know. So, yeah. Danny, oh my gosh, I could not do that. But I love that idea. So yeah, sometimes I'm like, okay, I'm going to go do this. And I'm just, you know what? I'm not even going to wear a sports bra or my workout clothes because I'm not even going to sweat. And I didn't even know I ripped these. Right? Exactly, Debbie. Yeah, the whole, like, I find age things so fascinating. That's why I talk about it all the time. And I've always talked about it, and I've always found it really interesting because, like I've said to you guys before, you know, like if I meet someone new and I'm spending a lot of time with them, I am already trying to place them as someone I've known. Like, oh, which person were they in high school? And if I meet them as a high schooler, who are you as an adult that I know right now? Because there's a lot of really similar kind of personality types, right? And it helps me understand them more and how to relate to them and communicate with them and whatever. And and so it's also like when you see those pictures of someone when they're 15 and then you see them when they're 55, and you're like, okay, I have seen that 15-year-old before, and I've seen that 55-year-old before, and I didn't know that that was what you grew up to look like. I think it's really interesting. So, yeah. you know, I've always hated, you know, like walnuts. I didn't magically stop, you know, that. I've always hated it. It's like people just assume you outgrow that stuff and you don't. Oh, that's smart, Anna. Okay. Yeah, so I'm just going to take out this binding right here. And we're just going to tuck it in. Because these shorts are actually, just for the record, these shorts are really loose on me. That's how I didn't even know that I ripped them. I heard something, but I was like, oh, that's interesting. I just heard the seam stretching. Yeah, the rayon lost this battle here. All right, so we'll just take out this binding. This was when I was getting to know my new binding attachment. So this makes the binding really easy to remove because it's only one seam, which is nice. And it could also mean that maybe I didn't catch it very well. Very, very likely. I didn't design these to do squats. My husband sees me do things and he's just like, you know, what are you doing? And you know what? That is exactly how, you know, my mom would have looked at me. So like I said, you just don't change. You're just that same person. Okay. Where's, don't I have like a nifty, well, I don't over here. I thought maybe I had like a nifty thread remover over here, but it's on the other side. So we'll choose my eraser. It works really good for that. So I'm just getting rid of them out of the binding here. And we'll get rid of all this too. Okay. Do. All right, let's trim this. Give myself a nicer seam allowance to use. These are I think this is a free pattern, the sports shorts by Friday Pattern Company. I really like these. And I made them into pajamas. Hey, Nikki, how's it going? I'm the same disorganized person I've always been. Right? Yeah, exactly. I've been feeling a little like unmoored like for months, and like I'm still getting a lot done, and I'm still like whatever, rolling along. But it was starting to kind of irk me. And so one thing that I learned kind of by accident a couple of years ago was that, and it's so cliche, but if I write down exactly what I need to do either each day, and I just write like 3 things. I know I can only get 3 things done because those 3 things are usually kind of big, you know, like a live stream, research that one pattern, and then prepare the thumbnails for something. Like those would be 3 things, right? I can get that much done. And I have found that just doing that, even if I don't do those things, if I just write it down, I feel so much better. Like just my mental health skyrockets. And I did that recently when I didn't do that one live stream. I was like, it's time to have a like scheduling reckoning. And I organized my whole summer, and I have felt like on top of the world ever since. I feel like I got so much time, free time, you know? And I didn't learn that until like 2 years ago. I'm very much a planner, but I don't do like fancy books or anything like that. You're wearing your sport shorts right now. I love that. That's true, Amy. And accept them. I think that right there, as far as like friendship and relationship goes, accepting someone and just accepting them like right at that time, like that if they were to be like that forever, you would be fine with that. That is so key to helping your relationships be successful, right? Even if they're just people you don't know very well, like on a committee or something, I think that helps just so much, because you can't expect them to change, you know, and that's so cliche as well, but gosh, I think, like, I remember the day about thinking, like, I can't remember if it was I was thinking about my daughter or my husband, and I just remember thinking, like, this drives me crazy. And then I just was like, what if I reframe this in my head? What if I liked it? What if I thought it was quaint or quirky or funny? And it just changed everything. I was like, yeah, I like this. This feels good. Now I can kind of, and like friends, especially with friends, like I had a really great group of friends at one point in my life. And like just remember thinking like, I don't know, they just didn't bug me. I was already to that point where I would be accepting of people. It's different if someone does something to you and you're like, oh, I don't like this. That's different. But if they're just someone who always, like, maybe they excitedly interrupt you a lot. Instead of being mad about it, just think of it as charming and funny and know that it's coming from a place of not trying to be annoying. You know, that helps me so much. So yeah, and accepting my own little things like, okay, I would really like to be that person that got up every day at 6 a.m. and did my workout and did all that, but I'm not going to be that person. If I am one day, that's awesome. I am not going to strive for that. It is so out of my comfort zone. You know? Yeah, oh, yeah, that's true, Barbara. When someone relies on you, that's what helps. I get that. People don't change. They don't. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's a good point, Louise. There is that. Okay, let's shake that off. All right, so this is ready to be stitched. We're making headway. It's all this kind of stuff is prep, right? That's the annoying part, is all the prep. Okay, this is not quite in there. I can see it peeking out. The cotton is a little bit more rigid compared to the rayon. The rayon is a little bit like having a party, you know? If I do it from this angle, that is way easier. I'm getting it way in there. No more squats. Fixing these shorts is going to take longer than the entire workout. I could make a new pair. All right, let's get that all in there. See you, Danny. Woo woo. 5 p.m. Happy Friday. I guess it is, huh? I have a, don't let me forget, I have a live stream at 4. I have pattern chatter at 4. You'll be here for a bit long. Oh, okay. Okay, good. I thought you were at work and you're like, okay, I'm going to watch a live stream for the last few minutes until I cut out of here. You can just close your work. I love it. Okay, that's ready to be fixed. Next, okay, here's my tragedy here. My other rip. Very hard on my clothes, I will admit. And that's another thing. I just finally accepted that I'm just not going to be that kind of person that is not. But I have the wherewithal to change that and like fix it. So I think that that's why. All right, here's my hole right here. It is so threadbare right here. Oof. Look at that, the seams pulling out right here. This is such an indication that this isn't a set-in sleeve. Always for me. All right, so let's take out some of this belt. I had so little fabric. This is the Nanny Eero, that's what it's called, Nanny Eero, right? The Fuchsia linen, Fuchsia? I don't know how you say it. I've bought it like a few times because it's so pretty. It's very thin though. But I had barely enough fabric to make this. I can even see that part of this has the selvage. Oh yeah, see, look at that. Oh yeah, there's the name of it. Yeah. And then if I showed you the inside of my placket here, or my neck thing, same thing. I'm using selvage on the inside. This is the Sew House 7 tea house. Wait, Sew House 7 tea house dress. Yeah, and it's really narrow. Exactly, Elaine, I forgot about that. Yeah, the fabric is so narrow. And the selvage is really wide as well. So the printing, that's why you can see, like, look at how wide the selvage is. You know, one side has nothing. It's like this huge strip. So, yeah, they have narrower looms. All right, so maybe we'll take out this end down here. There's even text right there. So, you did too. Yeah. You remember me making that, Louise? Wow. You are an original. I love that. Have my streams changed much, Louise, would you say? I feel like I'm more confident, that's for sure. Early on, I was trying to figure out like what people needed the most. And then I just started realizing, like, you know, you can't bend over backwards too much because someone needs something. So I had to do something that made sense if I had to pay for everything, you know? So I would do things that I liked. Okay, let's get... Of course, I edge stitched it, so I got to get rid of that too. I cannot see the stitches. I'm just trying to find one that'll come out. Yeah, I know. Right, Louise? I did. Yeah, I originally started my channel to help other production people. I was so naive about what the home sewing world looked like. I did not ever interact with it. The only thing I really knew about was the knitting world. And even then I was in the knitting world, but not as a knitting business, you know? I was in the knitting world as a sewing business. So it was very unique that way. I was kind of out of the fray for any of the drama that would happen. There's surprisingly a lot of drama in the knitting world. And I maybe followed like a few fabric companies and then maybe one pattern company. That's it. I saw that, Libby, but it's amazing. What you got is amazing. Is there a rip right there? No. Yeah, so when I came to I just thought, oh, I'm just gonna, I knew live streaming a little bit as a user, not as a live streamer. And I just thought, oh, I don't know if anyone does this. I don't think so. I had kind of looked for sewing live streams and I couldn't find any, except for like ones that were older or maybe bag making. I would see some of that and that was it. And so I just was like, okay, well, maybe I could help some people because I'm so passionate about making things here in the US. And I thought I could help people. But that is not who shows up. You know, they're busy. They're trying to sew and work, right? So they're not really interested in that. I also don't think people like getting help sometimes. You know, like if you're an entrepreneur, and I get it. Like I totally get it. You're just kind of like, this is what I'm doing. You really can't tell me differently. Not that I was there to tell them differently, but okay, this is probably big enough for that little spot. Is this one gonna break too? Wait. Is this on both sides? It's on both sides. Look. Set-in sleeves. That is why we like set-in sleeves. I'm telling you. I can tell right here is very, very threadbare too. Look at that. Can you see that? Look at that. You guys, I'm going to lose this dress. I wonder if this is, that's where my bag, when I'm wearing my bag, it rubs my boob probably. Oh, or my seatbelt. Wait, how does the seatbelt go? Wait. That's probably my seatbelt. Wow. I can't prevent that. Huh. Because it's not on this side at all. This side looks nice. What else could this be? It's got to be my seatbelt. Dang. Maybe I can just fuse some interfacing there to protect it. It's kind of a bummer. I love this dress. I don't even think it's like that flattering on me, but I love it. Okay, let's get a piece that's right about here. Okay. And then get a piece right about there. Well, we'll try and at least create some longevity. All right, do we have all the stitching out? I think we do. Okay. Let's go iron this really quick. I have some Wonder Under. Do we think that would be too stiff? I'm also going to get my what's this called? The pinking blade. And where's my rotary mat? Oh, it's right here. It is where it's supposed to be. This side is so dark, you know. I think what I'll do is fuse it the wrong side out so that you don't see it through the dress. All right. I finally got my little lint roller. I think this has been kicking around our house for years. So I can't tell you what it was, but I had to record and edit a video for a pattern company this week. And it all went like really good. Like it was smooth, the editing's done, the video's done. It just needs to be sent to them for their approval, blah, 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 right? But you guys, I don't even know why. Wait, I have to see where this stuff is. I can barely ever see it. Okay, it's all the way over here. I cut the dress by accident 4 times. Wait, their logo may be in the upper left corner. Oh, I don't know what you're talking about. Shoot. Yeah, it was for Cashmerette. Let me, good spot. Is it this? Yeah, there we go. I have separate things for them, except for my ironing thing. I'm not very stealthy, am I? But I cut what I made 4 times. Like, I have been sewing for a long time. I feel like, you know, I kind of know what I'm doing, right? Wait, we want to do this. It doesn't matter. I don't even know how it happened. I don't even know like when it happened, but I cut that thing 4 times with my scissors. I just was like, wow, I literally don't know why. It was crazy. I haven't cut my sewing in maybe once in the last 4 years. Okay, so this is, just so you know, this is a double-sided fusible thing. So it's basically like a sheet of glue, and you can basically make fabric into a patch. I'm using, I want to say this is Wonder Under, but Stitch Witchery is another brand, and there's, I think, another big brand, right? So I've had this for forever. And I just kind of keep a little on hand. It's really handy for stuff like this, and for the thing I was making this week. I had to use this one. The other, some of the cuts I just left. I was like, I'm over this. Yeah, that's pretty bad, I know. All right, so I want to do this, I think, with the wrong side facing the garment. So yeah, all right. Oops. The thing about this stuff is that you can, you know, glue it to your iron. So you gotta be really careful. So if you get this stuff, make sure you read the directions, because I'm probably gonna make it look really cool right now, and I don't want you to accidentally fuse it to your iron, because most people do it at some point or another. So what I usually do, I can't see it on there. Is it on there? It's on there. Look, it's so hard to see. I'm going to glue this to here. I have a little scrap piece, and save the paper. Sometimes having a little scrap of the paper, I have a piece of the paper. I'm trying to find it right now. Kind of saves you. Okay, I can't find it. Maybe there's some on here without the, oh yeah, it's there, it's there, it's there. All right, we'll steal this piece of paper right here. Just to protect your iron. You just want to make sure you protect your iron and your ironing board. I'm going to try harding a little bit. Okay, I've done this. I just need to do this area right here. And so now what I have the glue like attached to this thing. I don't want to lose those. You want to get rid of any extra, and then now I can just glue it in place. Let's clean up this edge here a little bit. Hi, Aisha, how's it going? Yeah, that's a good point, Amy. I don't have one of those. But that would be really handy to have if you use this stuff a lot. I'm just going to cut this little bit of a frayed edge, because it's not like it's pilly, but you know what I mean? It's kind of knotty at the ends, like knots. Yeah, I didn't really schedule it, Aisha. I just wasn't sure. But I do so much of this on my own every week that I was just like, I should just do this with you guys. All right, so I'm just gonna glue this right on there. I have a Teflon plate on my iron too. That's what this little spring is. It just holds it on there. Yeah, exactly, Aisha. I've been thinking about it. And this morning I was like, yeah, I think I can manage this. I ended up talking to my office neighbor for like an hour. Okay, where's my other spot? So you can also just glue this directly on all in one step if you want. I think it's a little easier to manage if you do what I just did by making a patch first. It may seem a little fussy because you have to kind of handle the you know, piece carefully. I'm gonna iron this out a little bit. Okay, let's see if we can just do this all in one step. So I could also do this, I could just glue it on there, but then I wouldn't be able to see where it's at. So we're gonna do this. I'm purposely putting it on the bias to give it a little stretch. Kind of hoping that'll help. Here we go. So now, this could be sufficient, but if say you were doing this on denim, then you would want to probably stitch around it, or a high stress area or something that will still pull apart. You can just stitch around it. Okay, where's that one little spot right here? Is this the little threadbare? I can't even tell on this side, but we can really see it on this side, right? Where is it? Oh, here it is. It's right here. Okay. This is it right here. So kind of these in this little spot of the leaves. Let's try and give myself a little more life with that. I need another piece of the belt though. Good thing I have this belt. Hey Curtis, how's it going? That's Curtis, right? Torrential downpour? My goodness. Here it is incredible. Like it is picture perfect. I got it. No back stitches at this point. This has come in really handy, this little belt. I had forgotten about it until it just popped into my head. I was like, oh, I never wore that thing. Created completely from the selvage. Where's that piece? Here it is, right here. Let's use this. Oh, that's nice, Curtis. Do you live in a town with lots of Memorial Day festivities? Up here in Paradise, I'm gonna save this little piece. They put up 1,100 flags, and then they take them down on the same day. It's quite a sight. Like it's lining the whole like boulevard. Okay, here we go. So we're just gonna do this like right over the, yeah, the boob. We're just preventatively doing this, you know? Not a ton, but certain towns around me have parades still. Oh yeah, okay. There's definitely, they have things like that here, I guess. They've had like a couple of festivals like Gold Rush days for forever. And then they also have a chocolate festival. The only parade that I know for sure they have is like near the holidays. All right. I don't want to discover anything else, but what else here? So this dress, I took out there's a pleat in the back of this thing. It goes right into this back neck yoke here. And then what I did, this is such a classic hip tilt thing to do. I stitched the pleat down to the small of my back right here. I just stitched it straight down and let it release right there. And that's why I got rid of the belt, because it has a little bit of back shaping. I didn't really want to have to wear the belt. All right, so this is ready to do some stitching on. Okay, I think the next thing I have is some snaps. Gotta find my mouse. It really is, Louise, I know. I was a little bit like, I don't know. I don't want to say like shy about using it. More like I felt really naughty using it. Like I felt kind of shameful using that stuff for a long time. And it's because of this one fabric store that I worked at when I was like 25 or 26. And it was a very, like that store was very influential on me in a lot of really good ways. But the owner hated anything that wasn't natural fiber. And all the fabrics we sold were natural fiber. She was also really into international fabrics from all over the world. So it was really cool, like all the things we got to do or have there. But that was the first place I'd ever seen that stuff. And she carried it because it was requested, you know, like she's not going to turn money away. It wasn't easy to make her store, you know, like survive. I haven't had that piece since then. That would be really old. That'd be really old. But that stuff is really old. I've probably had that little piece, like, because I ended up buying a bunch of it at one point, and I probably had that for like 6 or 7 years. So, and I just used tiny bits here and there. Okay, so what I'm thinking about with the snaps, first of all. Okay, we have a lot of options. So I do have some like onesie twosie snaps, which would be kind of nice to get rid of, right? Like here's one. There's 2 in this one. You know how you have those like things like that? I also have sew-in things. These are magnetic. These are magnetic. Those are not an option. Were these a gift from you, Libby? These might have been a gift from Libby. These are sew-on. I feel like they were. These are all sew-on. All these are sew-on. So I have this stuff too. I also have the ring snaps and maybe these would be good to use on a single layer of fabric, actually. These are really easy to put on too. So these are my dish towels, and they land on the floor a lot, and then I have to throw them in the laundry. So my idea, like I've been using these dish towels for like 20 years. Not the same ones. There's some, but they're in the rag bin. And I'm just so sick of them falling off my drawer handle now that, and I've been like looping them through here, and it looks really ugly. So my idea is I'm just going to put a snap right here. Something simple. I tested it out. This is just a very, very simple thing. I think that's gonna work. So let's see, we have, what do we want to get rid of? I have a lot of cap snaps. That would be a good thing to do. These are all the bottom, all the pieces, and then these are sets. These are pearl, cap, pearl. I don't like putting on the pearl. I crack the pearl a lot. These are kind of tiny. And then we have these, but these take that hardware. Let's do some of these. And we'll just do this whole little contraption here. Hopefully I remember how it goes. Socket. Okay, yeah. All right, so that. And this is the so let's pull out a bunch. Get them lined up, make it easy. Okay. These are these and these. Okay, so we've got a bunch out. And then yeah, this is going to be fine. It's one layer of fabric. I just need to remember how one goes though. So this is the side that goes on this one here. Which one's the cap? Oh, I see. Just give me a second here. Cap. What could I do to mark it? I guess I could just use my thing and I'm going to try and make this easy. This is roughly 15, so 7.5. 7.5. So right here. Hey, Sarah. I bet. We're going to put it right here. I don't really care how perfect these are, so we're going to... I'm just trying to decide if a hole is a good idea. Well, let's just try one, and we'll see. I'm going to do both sides. Oh, I can't even see the hole. There's the hole. My goodness, I can't even see the darn hole. Okay, well maybe doing a marker would be better. Okay, there's that. And I think that this one will go first. Am I gonna find this hole again? Yeah, I'm gonna find that hole again. Am I gonna find this hole again? Holy moly, it just disappeared. What the heck? Was it over here? Oh my God, you guys. I found it. Oh my gosh. Okay. Okay, we won't mark it the next one like that. Push it on there. And then this one gets the little cracky side. The taller side up. My gosh. Whose idea was it to do this? Okay, maybe this isn't the fastest thing to do. Oh, I can't get this in the middle. Okay, this is way too fussy for me. Well, I don't know about this. There we go. We'll cheat like this. Who's got the hammer? Okay. That works. I feel like those prongs went right through that, though. Hi, Andrea. How's it going? Or is it was, okay, Andrea or Andrea? Or Andrea. Nice. Doing some EPP. I'm just fixing junk. We're going to do this one, and then we're going to figure out a different method. Was it this end? Is it this end? It's this end, huh? This is it. Okay, yeah. Oh, nice, Amy. That's cool. Okay, now we put the ring, and we put this guy here. Okay, here's the hole. This one's at the end, so this is great. This is how you do it, like this. You put this on here, and then you put this on here. Holds it all together. Right, Amy? I know what you mean. Okay. Oh, I did that the wrong direction. You guys. Usually very much team snap. You've heard me say it before. I didn't even think about the direction. It's funny. I went on there so nicely too. Yeah, I wonder if I could have put snaps on that shirt I made for Michael. I don't know. He wasn't too enthusiastic when I put snaps on a shirt for him, so maybe I wouldn't do that. All right. Get rid of all the parts first. Think about the direction, because we're going to go like this. So we want this one to be like this. Okay, we got this. I don't know if we do, but let's see. You do a button and button. I know, I thought about that. That was my original plan, was to do button and buttonhole. And then I was like, wait a minute. I could do snaps. Right? I have so many. It'll be so fast. I'm actually faster at the spring snaps now. And I have so many of them. Look at them. Look at that. Maybe that's what I should do. Partly my problem is how wobbly the dish towel is. So I will admit that. The dish towel is a little wobbly. There's a hem right here, you know. Let's also make sure it's centered. You know, let's just go for broke. That is centered. Okay, good. Prong side up. Damaged dishcloth. Next. I always do that. Yeah, button loop. That's what I was thinking actually, was a button and a button loop. Hey, Blue Magilla, how's it going? Well, let's see. There we go. Whew, that was painful. I usually use spring snaps. So, which they say spring snap right there. I like these. They're definitely not like a lightweight, like I wouldn't put that on a button-down shirt. The button-down shirt, I use these cap ring snaps, which I'm making look really hard right now. And I'm sure any system you find will work great. Just don't skimp and skip the hardware you need. Because like this right here is a snap setting tool. It does make it a little easier than, like I'm making this look really hard because the dish towel is very lumpy. It's very textured. The fabric's very textured. There's a hem. You know, I'm not making it look like the smoothest thing. On like a button-down shirt like this though, you are right here on the edge of the placket. It's a lot smoother, thinner, easier to do. This little set I got from Minerva.com, but and I don't see them promote this one. They also have these. No, not this. Hemline is another brand that they carry, and I can use the same setting system. So the other thing you want to consider when you do snaps is what size snaps. So don't just be like, okay, this looks like the one I want and ignore the size. So make sure you pick the size you want. Like this is a size 16. I would say that's a pretty good size for an adult shirt. So I don't know if that helps at all. And then these right here are 14 and 16. Pretty sure there's 14 and 16 or 16 and 18. And this I got from Waywack. And I already have the tools to do it, which look like this. So this system takes these tools. I color coded them, so I know. Not that one. These. And, but they only sell a press, which is another like $80. So I already have this. No, it is not Louis. Minerva is only in the UK. Your snaps come off though. That's annoying. Do you feel like they're on there really good, then they work themselves off? Because maybe you just need to hit them harder. You know? The problem with snaps is that it's destructive to the garment. That's the only thing I think. Same as a buttonhole, right? A buttonhole is as well. The ring snaps, when I've had to replace those, like I got it in the wrong spot. You're talking about prong hole marks, and in most fabrics that's not a big deal, you know, especially the kind of garment you're probably going to put snaps on is a little bit more sturdy. You're not talking a lightweight, flimsy blouse, right? You wouldn't put heavy snaps on it. So, but the spring snaps are going to be on heavy duty things. So yeah, these are heavier duty, Amy, these spring snaps. They're heavy also, like just this is heavier than the cap snap. So I do this on like a shirt. I do this on pants and bags, things like that. I'll have these forever, but it was honestly just cheaper. And really, it's only these 6 right here are the snap caps. All that's just the hardware that goes with it. But this was like $40. I felt like that was very reasonable. Yeah, get the setting tool that goes with your thing. Right? Yeah, I know. Well, before I got this thing, I was putting these on and just using an anvil like this little guy. And I just found this to be kind of tricky. So Yeah. Oh, totally. Exactly. I know exactly what you mean. So do we think I can do this a little faster this time? Maybe if I use a Sharpie. Let's try a Sharpie. We're just going for it here. Right here. I know some of you are just like, I am unsubscribing. And right there. Okay. I have so many dish towels. And this one's an older one. I do not mind winging it. But I do know what I want. I want this to be facing out like that. So there we go. So we're going to put this right here. Yeah, good luck. I hope you can get it to work. It's like you're all done and you're like, I'm going to do snaps. It's so much faster. And then they fall apart. Especially if it's a gift. That's kind of a bummer. What color do we want here? We'll just do another blue one. Actually, it's just easier to go like this. Center the cap thing. I like to push the prongs through. That helps hold it on there. I rest it in the cradle there. Then we're going to put this over the prongs very carefully. The flatter piece. There is like a slidey, like an outie, and that goes up. Put the tool on top. Are we on there still? I do not feel like we're on there still. Okay. Oh, I did not get it on there. What the heck? This does not work on dish towels as well as shirts. I've only had one of these come off my shirts that I put it on. I also did the pearl ones more often. This one's nice because you actually can lock this on here using this, which is really great. It keeps it lined up. My towel is just too big for that. So I'm doing it by feel. Never a good idea, right? It doesn't feel right either. I'm going to give up on this soon. Oh, maybe it's okay. No, okay. Night, Louise. Nice seeing you. Full day tomorrow. Well, have a good weekend. Let's try my others. These little magic pin containers are so handy. Okay, so this system takes the anvil and these two guys. I feel like I'm going to use all my silver ones. What's interesting about this system is that the hardware here is the same for both size caps, which kind of makes it easier. And you're not so stressed about things spilling into each bin, right? You do need a hole for this system because you have a post that's going to go through. So on this one here, I'm using a screw punch. I do have a die that cuts a hole, but I ruined it the other day. So this is what, it just, you hammer a hole in there. All right, so how does this go? This one goes, how does this go? How does this one go again? This one goes, do I have anything over there with a snap on it? It's this one goes on here. Yeah. And this one goes on here. Okay. Yeah, that's it. That's it. So cap and then the whole end. And then post and the other end. All right. Like that. Yeah. Go through the post, flip the anvil over so you've got the little volcano that it sits on, little peak, mountain peak. The barrel. This is loud. Sorry. Hopefully no one's here. These are a lot faster, I think. And then this one here, we have the cap. Goes through the hole like this. Flip the anvil over. The other side on. This is the one that I'm not very good at putting on sometimes. I feel like I get a little indentation on the cap. That one looks pretty good. Here we go. That was a lot faster. How's the noise? Does the noise bug you guys? Let's hide that little, well, this one doesn't even have a corner. Okay, fine. Oh, there it is right there. That's fine. Right here. Sounded nice and solid. Okay, nice. It's not too loud. I'll do like 2 more of these and then we'll go to some sewing. Let's see, so this is the back side. So I need the post. It's kind of confusing because of the way the snap's oriented. Post, top of the mountain, the uppy part, or the nipple side, the barrel, the hammer. And then, oh, Amy, did you finish watching Ted Lasso? This is why this isn't cutting good. It's not too much? Okay, thanks. Good, thanks for telling me. This one goes here. Lately, the having the press has kind of been you know, the press to install these is sounding a little more appealing. Yeah, you loved it? Yeah. I think my husband cried. Oh, that's awesome, Curtis. I love hearing that. I'm always open to suggestions. I'll probably sew fewer garments by pattern companies. I'm gonna do more drafting. I want to focus on useful content, useful stuff. So I'm always open to hearing what you consider useful. As long as it's not really specific, like, could you please sew a, I hate to use the motocross jacket as an example, but that would be a good example. I don't need a motocross jacket, you know, and that would be an expensive project for me to just take on. You know what I mean? You cried too. Aww. Yeah, that was good. I loved the, well, I don't want to spoil it for anybody. I won't say anything. I won't say anything. We can talk about it sometime. My husband must say about 4 or 5 times during every episode. He says, I love the show so much, 4 or 5 times. I can't believe this show is ending, 4 or 5 times. And then I just love insert character's name 4 or 5 times for every character. Right, Amy? I know. Believe. My husband has this really cute shirt that is Danny Rojas on it, and it just says "Football is life." I got it for him as a gift, and I think he was wearing that yesterday. Don't get fancy, Saremy. Stick to the plan here. It was working. I've spent a lot of time working on these spring snaps lately, so that's partly why this is going smoother. I don't want y'all to think like they're inherently a lot easier than those others. I'm definitely making them look a lot easier than those others, though. So, and that's really because I have been practicing a lot with these. Oh, you guys got to see this dish towel. Someone in the guild made me 2 dish towels and sent them as a surprise gift. Here's one of them. This pug looks a lot like our pug too. Isn't that sweet? This one definitely needs a snap because this little quilted border is a little heavy. So I'm going to definitely put a snap. Yeah, I watched that, Diane. That one was very hard sometimes. It was really good though, and I really love the main character, the gal. Roykin's Father's Day card. Oh, okay. Oh, I need to get that, Amy. Thank you. Oh, nice, Beverly. Cool. Oh yeah, Blue Magilla. Absolutely. Where did you get it? I need that shirt. Have you seen the word? Oh. Where did I get it? I'll look it up. Will you send me a message in the guild and I'll let you know where it's at? I don't want to forget. Yeah, Diane, exactly. Oh my goodness. So I have a thing about shows that are manipulative towards the audience, and that one was very much in that camp a little bit for me, because I was just like when characters just continually make bad choices, I just get a little frustrated because then I feel a little manipulated. I just feel like, you know. Yeah, isn't this cute? It's so cute. I love this fabric. This right here is so nice. I kind of feel bad putting a snap in it, but I'm not using it because it falls on the floor a lot. And it's just because of the way my handles are a long, thin bar, and they're really slippery. Like they're just like a smooth silver bar. And so everything just slides right off of them. Oh, I know what I was doing. I was finding the center. That's what I was doing. Okay, so that's this one right here. Okay. And we'll put it like right here. Oh, that cut's so nice. I love it. Okay, we'll do this one first. This snaps feels a little heavy for this dish towel. This is nice and smooth, whereas that's kind of, you know, lumpy and bumpy. Oh yeah, Anna. See, that's how I felt about the movie or the show Lost. My problem with Lost was that I was pretty invested in that show. I liked it. You did not know where it was going, right? But then I heard the creators and the writers interviewed, and they didn't know where it was going. And then I was like, oh, forget it. So literally, you're designing a show somewhat based on audience reaction, and that's very manipulative. Yeah, exactly, Amy. I felt that. I was just like, okay. Okay, wait. That's what I want there. Yeah. That's what I want here. And I want... This is so confusing, the way that this is buttoning. This one. The volcano, the post, the towel, the outie one, the nipple one, the hammer. Oh, Suzanne. I agree. I loved that show. Oh, I love that show. In the last season, I was like, what the what? I mean, we could go on and on about, oh, look at her little label. This is so cute. How did I not notice this label? This is so cute. My goodness, that must be her nickname. Oh, I'm so glad I get to use this now. Okay. All right, I'll spare you the rest of those, and we can go and do some sewing. Let me put these things away here so I don't like accidentally throw something on my table from over on the other side of the room and send it all skittering. There we go. Yeah. Oh, yeah, Beverly, right? Love the, yeah, Off the Rails. I've never seen Lost, so it's constantly example disappointment. Yeah, that's kind of how I felt about, well, I stopped watching Sopranos because I felt manipulated. I stopped watching 6 Feet Under. Yeah. Oh, I've heard of The Leftovers. Okay. If we're going to talk shows, I have to tell you about one that I'm so in love with right now called Someone Somewhere. And it's on... Oh my gosh, it's either on Apple TV or HBO Max. I have a feeling it's on Apple TV. So I'm sorry if you don't have that. But Someone Somewhere is hands down one of my favorite shows I love. It is... It's very real, it's very funny, it's charming. Oh, I love it. The Good Place played out. You loved how oh, I didn't finish watching that one. Not that I didn't like it, it just wasn't for me. I'm gonna check out The Leftovers. Yeah, Amy, check out Someone Somewhere. It takes place in Kansas, which is, it's just beautiful seeing the farmland and stuff. Yeah, I think that's what I've heard about that show, Anna. All right, what time is it? Oh my God, don't let me forget I have a stream in an hour. Okay, we're gonna take this, what's the third thing? Oh, and this over to the sewing machine. And let's, God, I almost forgot about the live stream, you guys. Don't let me forget that. Okay, let me go over here to the sewing machine. Love Notions Aria button down. I think I know what that looks like. Is it on? I don't know. It could be. I don't know. I don't look at Prime very much. We have it, and I just don't look at it. So it really could be. Oh. Okay. When my little camera window, this little thing here, is on the left side of the screen, the camera has to be in a completely different position as when it's on the right side. Oh, that's what I thought, Amy. I was like, I thought Amy made that shirt. That's funny. Okay. What do we have? We have light pink. Can light pink be used for anything? No, not really. Okay, fine. Let's see. Now that I'm resewing that entire napkin, I can pretty much use whatever thread color I have. We're gonna use this. Gosh, I don't know how I'm gonna match that linen dress. Maybe this will work, okay. And then we need, what the heck color is this? Bobbin planning. Dang it. Doing a bobbin on my home machine, piece of cake. Doing a bobbin on my industrial, not a piece of cake. Not the same. This is very specific. And no amount of looking is going to change what I have here. So I think we're winding a bobbin. Are you, Amy? Well, oh, thank you, Blue. It's HBO Max. It's either HBO Max or Apple TV, because HBO Max is new for us. We got it for The Last of Us, and we just still have it. So I've been just soaking up everything I can while we had it, because we won't have it for long. Yeah, Amy, I mean, if you don't need one, you don't have to make one, you know? Oh, maybe it's light gray. That was on that one. Okay, this, and we need a turquoise. Maybe this one. Well, it's probably this one. Oh, nice, Blue. I'm going to be drafting one next week if you aren't, like, in the drafting adventure. Ooh, that's exciting, Diane. What kind of food am I doing first? Let's do the dress first. We don't really have restaurants here. Oh, I put that on. Oh my gosh. I can't believe I just forgot what cone of thread I put on there. We're going to do the napkin really quick first, apparently. I mean, Amy, if it frees you up to make something else, go for it. You have all summer, by the way, too. Like, well, you can make a camp shirt whenever you want. I'm trying to get my little sample out, but it was under my water glass. All right, someone has to tell me in like 24 minutes. I need a 24-minute reminder. I really am bad with time sometimes. I'm a planner, but time just kind of slips through my fingers. The other night, I lost track of time so badly that it was like well after. I usually leave at 6, and my husband cooks dinner, so you know he wants to know if I'm not going to be there right then, and I don't want to disrespect the fact that he's like making me dinner and stuff. So, but it was like well after 6. I was like, oh my gosh, I had no clue it was even near 6. Like in my head, it was like 4 o'clock. He's totally fine with it, but I was like, oh, I just realized what time it was. He's like, no problem. He's so nice. Let's get rid of some more of these threads. I got that eraser idea from this thing. Where is that little thing? Do I still have it? Wasn't it? Oh, here it is. Yeah, I do. This thing. Have you guys seen this? It's called Seam Fix. It was at the checkout at my fabric store. You know, and it resembles like my white eraser I was using, but look, see, mine's breaking. It's got a seam ripper in it too. That's where I got the idea of using an eraser. A little bit of everything. Oh, cool. It's a big deal when we get a restaurant here. Okay, I'm trying to get rid of all of these threads. I decided that I was having trouble deciding what fabric to make my camp shirt in. I'm making one for I made my husband one the other day because I was going to use the pattern pieces for a demonstration. And then I realized that plaid was a no-go on the camera. So So I just finished the shirt and I just have to put the buttons and buttonholes on. And I'm making him the tropical shirt this month as a live stream series. And then I bought that ruler fabric for me, which was kind of like a rushed impulse buy, you know? So I don't really want that as my camp shirt. I love that fabric, but I'm not going to use it for that. I'm going to use eyelet. I'm going to make an eyelet camp shirt, a pullover eyelet camp shirt. That's my plan. I feel like this won't fix my napkin, but what are you going to do? Just keep tearing it apart, I guess. I should probably do really long stitches, to be honest. Wait, didn't I decide not to stitch this? Okay, well, too late. Every time I get this out of the laundry, I'm so irked by it. So let's hope I solved it. See, fraying, fraying is so much work. Okay, one thing done. Boop. Oh, really, Amy? Have you seen the new one by Friday Pattern Company, Suzanne? The Donnie? It's really cute. So I saw this shirt in the series on Netflix called Firefly Lane. I would never have remembered the name of that series, but it just showed up again for me, and I was like, oh, that's the name of that. And there's this really cute shirt that one of the younger versions of the women, like when she's like a teenager, she's riding a bicycle down the street. It looks just like the Joni, which just came out by So Liberated. Super cute because they did all those plaid ones from that Merchant and Mills fabric, which is really pretty. So it looks like that one, kind of, or maybe it's a pullover, and the Donnie kind of looks like that too. Hi, Ray. Oh, nice. Didn't he just graduate? Congratulations to both of you. What did I just do with that? Oh, here it is. I threw it on the floor. That's what I did with it. So that's what I want. I want to make that little shirt. It looked really cute. But you don't have to draft one. You can just buy their patterns. You didn't miss anything. I'm just fixing stuff. Yeah, they carry eyelet. I got mine from Mill End in Oregon a couple of years ago. So I'm so used to seeing it on my shelf that I've almost forgotten to, use it. That's what made me think of it. Okay, I'm gonna fix this French seam. How high do we need to go up here? This looks like I've fixed it before. I can't quite tell. I can't really see or maybe I brought it in a little. Oh, I did. Look I brought it in a little. Gave it a little more waist shape. Did I get that whole seam? No, there it is right here. Okay, so this right here is the top. Okay. I think that's what I was seeing. I was seeing the old seam, and then it was brought in a little. All right, so let's just go up a little higher here. We'll blend it in with that. That's better. I've made this dress a few times. I love eyelet too. Okay, there we go. So now with the patches, do I need to fix this underarm seam too? Yeah, I do. See, I'm telling you. If it's not a set-in sleeve, you've got a stress point. And maybe it's just me, but almost all my shirts rip if there's not a set-in sleeve. Yeah, I don't know about stunning, but it'll be, you know, I feel like it feels very summery. That's what I was going for. All right, I'm just reinforcing the side seam, but I'm gonna kind of bring it in a little and catch this patch in the seam. Oh yeah, look at that. Here is, I don't know if you can even see it. It's way over here. There we go. All right, so I think I'm just gonna stitch on these patches just to secure them. I'm trying to decide if I want to do it from the right side. So if you're doing like denim and stuff, doing a lot of stitches in kind of the grain of the fabric kind of disappears. The Donnie is really cute, right? Yeah, and look at the Joni by So Liberated. That one's really cute too. So that's kind of the vibe I'm going for. Kind of shorter, kind of, and with a little bit of gathers on the back yoke, pull over. Yeah, exactly, Ray. Exactly. That's what I'm thinking too. I think Friday Pattern Company has really cute patterns. Their just shoulders are usually just too narrow for me. And I'm just kind of getting to the point where I just want to, like, I don't know, start with something I know is going to fit. Oh, I don't like this. I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to stitch this right here at the bust. I'm going to take my chances with it. I'll stitch it in the armpits though. Let's take this out. I don't have thread that matches well enough. This one hadn't ripped yet. We just put this little patch to reinforce it. This dress is definitely not a forever dress, apparently. Definitely has a lifespan. Are they, Elena? I feel a little bit bad. I've sewn one of their things for hearts. And I think the only other things I've made are their free patterns, which makes me feel a little bit like I feel kind of bad that I've never paid for a pattern by them. It's not that I mean to do that. I like hearing what you guys think is the patterns aren't that greatest. I can't tell sometimes. I'm a little lost in my dress here. Let's see here. All right, so this one right here and this one right here. Okay, look at that, matching. Here's my seat belt. Oh, really, Elena? Oh, I feel that way about another pattern company. I won't say. Oh, Amy. I know, Barbara, right? I was thinking, like, in a way, I was thinking, like, should I retire it now so that I could, you know, get the fabric at its nicest? I'm trying to sew around this white flower. I'm also thinking, like, what would Downtown Tailoring do? I do not think this is what she would do. She would do something much nicer than this. I don't want to sew straight through this flower, so I'm going to stop right here. Oh, how bad is that? My $45 a yard fabric. I didn't backstitch there because I thought I would meet it. All right, let's do the other side. I think this will be perfect timing. I'll get my 3 things done and then I'm gonna do pattern chatter. I literally feel like we did pattern chatter 2 weeks ago. When I saw that was happening, I was like, no, there's no way. We just did pattern chatter. I keep losing my place in here. Here it is, right here. You finally had time to do garment sewing lately and have a stash of low notions PDF. I have made a few of the Melody Dome on camera. So nice, really enjoying. Oh, good, that's nice. Okay. She has good sales too, like the Friday sale. Oh, I can stop there actually. It's caught in my seam, so I didn't need to start in this really weird spot over here. Libby says she's gonna make a camp dress. And she made this like Henley dress a few years ago. I remember her talking about it, or maybe it was last year in the guild. And I've never stopped thinking about it because I've always wanted to wear a dress like that. I love the silhouette. Look at this. This is the wrong side of the fabric showing through the hole. That's how faded this fabric is. You could barely even tell. The rectangle's a little more obvious. All right, this is done. So I just need to do this. I'm gonna look one more time for a bobbin because I feel like I do have light gray. And if I don't, why don't I have light gray? We're gonna wind 2 light gray bobbins when we do this. Okay, let's get rid of these. Get rid of all these things here. All the thread. Okay. 1. Double gauze. Oh gosh, yeah. Don't get me started on double gauze. I'm so glad that the trend of double gauze is kind of winding down. I don't like sewing with that stuff. It's like ironing a sponge. Where's my ruler? Maybe I could put Michael's shirt. Oh no, I'm not, it's not workshop. By workshop tomorrow, maybe I could put his buttons on his shirt tomorrow in workshop. Maybe. These are all his good luck shirts, so he gets a job. So when he has a new job, he has new shirts to wear. That's my plan. All right, so let's see. This one? Let's try this one. I think this is good right here. Oh, I just dropped my scissors into my glass of water. That is one thing I've never ever done before in my life. Okay. Everything's wet. Yeah, I saw that. I was like, wait, what gauze? I'm going to sew a little on here. It's kind of remarkable how fast it is to wind a bobbin. And it's a lot quieter than if I wind a bobbin. Because it winds while I sew. And then I'm going to put another one to wind while I sew now. Now we're ready. Yeah, the stuff they use for baby blankets is different. It's a little more fluffy. Oh, really? They are? That's weird. I've never heard of that. Muslin blankets. That's really weird. There's nothing to do with that. Oh, hi, Mary. Ooh, that's a good deal. Are you in the UK then? Are they physical patterns or are they PDF? Okay, here's my binding. Look at that. It looks brand new. I promise I will never do squats again in my pajama bottoms. Oh, I made a post for Instagram and never posted it. Kind of surprised there's as many people here. Should do some experiments. Okay, so that's that. So now we need to connect them together again. And I think it goes down to right here. I can see it. Okay, there we go. That's what I was wondering. So right here. You've seen that live stream? Oh, I've done a few. You're in Delaware. 9 pounds, 50 each. Oh. The patterns are $9.50 each? Is that cheap for Vogue? It probably is, isn't it? I forgot about Vogue. They're kind of expensive. That's not expensive, but you know what I mean. I thought you meant like you got 10 patterns. Or you did get 10 patterns. I'll figure this out soon, Mary, I promise. If you don't want to type all the details, I don't mind. I don't blame you. All right, here we go. I didn't even show my husband this. Like, I forgot. Ouch. Dang it. He would have thought this was so funny. I should have showed him. Oh my God, this pin keeps poking me, and that really annoys me. Get rid of these threads. What time is it? 3:25. No problem. I got a lot done. I think I might make another pair of these shorts. I've really enjoyed them. I went up this side too. Okay. So probably so that it's not like flapping around in here, you know. How high do I go up? Oh, all the way. Wow, okay. All the way up here. All right. My jammies are back. This is fabric from Minerva. This one right here. It's one of their prints that they did in the rayon. I wasn't sure about having rayon pajamas, and I love them. Usually they're close to $30 each. Oh my goodness. Ray, you've been working through your original fabric stash, and you dodged the whole double gauze bullet. It is, I like the way, like wearing it, I really like wearing it. It doesn't need much ironing once it's out of the laundry. Like I feel like just the hems of my dress occasionally. But sewing with it, not my favorite thing. Like some of the double gauzes are really flat and compressed and they're fine. Some of the others are fluffier and bumpier. And then there's the baby stuff, which is just like, ugh, sewing a sponge, you know. Cool. All right. Well, thanks you guys. We'll probably start having these regularly. Fix It Friday. Did you see my thumbnail? Let me show you again because it was kind of funny. I was like, I don't know how I feel about this, but let's give it a try. I'm going to show it to you really quick. $5.99 Joanne's. Oh, 9 cents. Oh, don't tell Mary that. You could, Ray. What did I think of you, Ray, for? Oh, wait, no, what was it? It was something in workshop yesterday. Yeah, Fix It Friday. I usually do this stuff on Tuesdays, so it was really hard for me not to do this stuff on Tuesday this week, but it kind of freed up my Tuesday. And and Friday is a really good day because usually that's the day I get to Friday and I'm like, oh, I have some time. and I always fill it up. So, all right. Well, those of you in one of the groups in the guild, I'll see you in a half hour for our monthly review of new patterns. We always have. That's probably got to be one of the most fun streams we do. Although last one, there was one of those websites triggered me. I've almost looked them up on Instagram and I refused to. Because their website made me so mad. But hope so pin your patterns on the Pinterest board and I'll see you guys soon. And if not, maybe a workshop. Next week I'll be live how to draft a camp shirt using a button-up shirt pattern. So if you've made a button-up shirt that you like and maybe you spent some time fitting it and you kind of are familiar with it, I feel like that's a really great launching off point for a camp shirt. Most people have a button-up shirt, and that's why I chose that as the starting point. You don't have to start from a button-up shirt. I just felt like that was the quickest path to camp shirt with the most likely pattern most people had in their stash. So, yeah, pattern chatter. The 2 weeks after that, I'm making the men's tropical shirt by Wardrobe by Me. And in July, I sew menswear. I'm making cargo shorts and, the new Merchant and Mills button-up shirt. And then something else, I don't remember. All right, so I'll see you guys soon. Thanks for coming. Bye.